Hey guys, welcome back. Last episode was a extra long one, if my memory is correct, and we did a lot. We went through the whole Dragon Temple dungeon, which was very, very long. The priestess Yufa awakened her powers as an archetype wielder, so it's only a matter of time until she joins up with us. Officially, anyways. We got the Dracodios, and we saved the village from a human. What more could we ask for? But now we have to figure out how to get a Dracodios in the hands of Luis without him suspecting anything. So let's do it. Okay, well, we ready? Keep going. Finish the dungeon. Exciting stuff happening. New party member. What are we gonna do with the lance? With the Dracodios? What's gonna happen? I can't wait to find out.
So, that's the lance everyone's after. Don't suppose you could chuck it our way, young miss?
Nurse! Jeez.
I wanted to discuss that. Unfortunately, I cannot let the lance leave my side.
Well, I guess we're just gonna have to put you in our pocket and take you with us.
But to that end, what if I were to accompany you? The monster is gone, the Magla-made distortion is visibly fading from our lands, the threat looming over the island has passed. That said, if I am to be a warrior priestess, then I feel I must learn what the world is like beyond our borders.
Look at how cute and beautiful and handsome our team is, guys. Even Nurse. He counts too. Look at us, look at us. Oh my god, I can't handle it.
Besides, if you were to hold the lance, you would lose your powers of magic, which would be inconvenient.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Well, a flow of some protective magla surrounds you. Yet, when the lance nears you, it seems to dispel that magic. I can only assume it's one of Dracodios' powers.
Can it dispel the king's protective magic? Is that what she's saying?
What? Hold on. Protective Magla? You don't think she's talking about the king's magic?
Oh, and if Luis had it, well, he couldn't hold it, but he could, I mean, he could maybe use it to get to Forden or anybody else.
What's come over you, Strohl? You seem distraught.
Look, can I talk to you for a second? There's something I want to test with Dracodios.
Are you gonna try to stab me, Strohl?
Did you all see that? This changes everything.
I didn't see it. It happened too quick. I blinked.
I'll say. I was wondering how a whole dragon's worth of magla fit in such an ordinary-looking lance. Now I finally understand.
Your pardon, but might someone clarify?
Yes, I'm with you, Hulkenberg. What are we talking about?
He blocked it well enough, but the blow still landed. Our candidate was struck.
Oh.
There's no doubt about it. This lance has the power to nullify the protection of the king's magic.
So if Luis, or if we held the lance, then ourselves plus our target would be, the king's magic would be nullified.
That means, as long as you have this lance, any candidate can be killed. And if Luis knows that, it explains a lot.
Then I am well glad the brothers are not present to hear it. What a secret to have stumbled upon.
Maybe this is our chance. We can do what Grius couldn't, and this time he wouldn't see us coming.
Ooh. On our own this time.
On our own this time.
But we're not the fledglings we were then. This time, we could do it right.
You would use it to take a life.
Not just any life.
Yikes. We've been blabbing in front of Yufa.
Doesn't matter. We'll need it kept quiet that we know the lance is secret. And we can't ask that of her without giving a proper explanation.
I was the one who came asking to be included. No matter how heavy or grim your burdens, I would shoulder them alongside you.
She's awesome.
Sheesh. Not much we can say when she puts it like that.
True.
But how would such an assassination be enacted? Those brothers will make damn sure we turn the lance over.
A stealth mission's out. Last time there were hardly any guards about and we still barely managed to survive. I'd rather not push our luck. We need some way to keep the lance and use it to strike Luis down. Well, Captain? Any ideas?
We give him a fake lance. We kill him at the handover. We get the brothers on our side. How about the both bottom two? Well, I was thinking he wants this lance, so we're gonna be close to him with the lance in our possession. So that is the time to strike, is what I'm thinking.
We could kill him with it at the handoff.
Not guaranteed we'll even be giving him the spear directly. He might just have the brothers deliver it, and then that plan's out the window.
Oh, well then we're just gonna have to recruit them too.
We need some way to keep the lance and use it to strike Luis down. Well, Captain?
Get the brothers on our
Ideas?
side.
We could try convincing the brothers to join our side.
No, I don't think that one's realistic.
Come
doubt even
on.
I could sway them.
Come on.
We need
Really?
some way to
Give
keep
him
the
a fake
and use it to
lance?
strike
Come
Luis down.
on. That's the best we
Well,
got.
Captain?
How about we give him a fake lance?
There's a thought. After all, the lance has been shut up in a temple for ages. Not even Luis would know what the real one looks like.
It is an easy thing to say, but are we even capable of making such a replica?
If you just need a visual double whipped up, that's certainly within my repertoire, what?
What?
Oh, good. We've got a certified craftsman on board. Have at it then. Give us a lance to turn heads.
Nuris is on the case.
Yufa, knowing what we want to do with the lance, are you sure you still want to stick with us?
I did not falter in choosing my fate as a sacrifice, and I will not falter in this. Please, tell me everything.
Well, settle in. It's a long story.
But it's not a boring one.
So the prince is alive.
I know His Highness can guide us to a brighter future. Laugh at my hopes if you wish, yet...
Guys, real question. Do you think Luis is that stupid? Vic, he is definitely not that stupid. I don't think... Luis doesn't know it's magical? You have a point there. I was gonna say he'd probably be able to tell since he's so adept with magic and stuff that he could probably tell that it's not magic and thus a fake, but I feel like he would know. I don't know.
I do not know or love this prince as you do, but I can tell by your faith, he is not one to cast others aside.
No, he's not.
For now, we need to figure out when and where to ambush Luis. Treasonous bastard who cursed him.
Well, if we're going to trick him with a fake, there's only one answer. Saint's Day. The city will be chock full of relics by then. Perfect for a bit of cover.
'Tis the same day Luis plans to attack Forden. No doubt he has the same advantages in mind. The relics will be presented at Altabri's Grand Opera House, yes?
Oh, some crazy stuff is gonna go down.
Well then, you could try it while I'm singing. Long as I'm on stage, I can keep everyone's eyes on me.
Can you sing that song? Juna, please. Whenever sing my songs. Come
I
on.
suppose it is time I face my destiny as well. in the name of protecting my people.
For me, Judah.
I've no doubt my understanding of life itself will be tested. All I can do is hope for your support in my journey. Time to go!
Yeah! Yufa, a priestess honoring her faith's truths, has become your ally. Whoa!
Not just the lands, but now we've got Yufa herself. Things are looking up. Maybe you just draw people to you, like the prince did. Strange to think of an understanding of life, though. I get it. It's just not something I thought about until recently. You think a fairy could find any meaning in that?
I'm sure you can.
I'm sure you can.
You're right. I want to believe that.
Rank up! Yes! Yes, 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 yes.
With you on our side, I know we'll figure
Increase
it
the
out.
skill inheritance slots for the mage lineage to 3.
I will go tell my brother of my departure.
Then we shall rest at the inn. 'Tis altogether too cramped in these quarters.
Cramped spaces are the foundation of camaraderie, I say. Well, to each their own. Cramped spaces are the...
How do you even make that sound with your mouth? I can't do it. By the way, when do we depart from the island? Not soon, I take it?
No.
No, I imagine Nuris needs time to craft the fake lance, so let's wait until he tells us it's complete. Fidelio's recovery is a fine excuse for us to stay put.
True.
If we only need to be there by Saint's Day, then we have some time yet to attend other matters. We ought to hone our skills or gather more support before we depart. And if Yufa is really to join us, then let's make sure she's caught up to speed. Make sure she tags along.
Hold on.
What should we talk about? Status of her request. Well, I think we're good on those. We've got that rock that the old woman on the island was asking for, didn't we? She'll be chuffed, I'm sure. She wanted to pray for her grandchild's safety at sea, did she not? Concern for her family is only natural.
Hey there!
Well, it's getting late. Let's head back.
Hold on.
Okay. Phew, it's a good thing we were able to convince the Magnus brothers to stay on the island until our fake lance is ready.
Most helpful.
We cannot idly while away the time. Yet more battles await us, so we should ensure that our archetypes are up to the task. I thought myself utterly exhausted, but this meal is delectable. I shall sleep well after such a feast. Nom, 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 nom. I'd say we earned our rest today. Good job. Okay, we have some free time.
Apologies for the intrusion.
Something wrong, love? It's late.
My brother had already retired for the day, so I thought I'd wait for tomorrow to tell him. But now that I find myself alone with my thoughts, I'm quite nervous.
Think you'll be able to tell him yourself?
If I cannot even do that, there would be little point in leaving the island. He will understand. After all, he left long before I did. What is that book?
Oh, it's a fantasy novel. He's never without it.
A fantasy? But what is it a fantasy of?
It's about an ideal world.
It's a story about an ideal world.
Well, so you do not merely strive against evil, you have a vision for the world's betterment.
'Tis a world where all people are equal and no conflict exists. Much like the world His Highness once dreamt of.
In truth, 'tis difficult to envisage. All I have known is our own island's history and doctrine, and naught beyond it. So, well, would it be all right if I read some?
Let's read.
Remarkable.
I like these little sections.
Despite all the people share in common, the world is filled with myriad faiths and beliefs. Accordingly, those in search of spiritual meaning may seek and find many different teachings to guide them. I see. So the people of this world are free to believe as they will. Anyone may follow any god, any dogma.
So basically the opposite of the Sanctus Church.
Our legends say that the ancient world was full of all manner of beliefs too. The people of Eld worshipped many gods from many pantheons. People confronted the anxiety that haunted them.
Thinking back, some of those figures in the temple murals may have been gods.
Yes, that mural depicting myriad gods is an explanation of how this world came to be.
But ultimately, war claimed everything. Suppose that means it wasn't much of a utopia, right?
Perhaps freedom unchecked gave rise to conflict. Either way, to know the past is to ensure history does not repeat.
Freedom unchecked gave rise to conflict.
If we are to create a utopia rooted in our world, faith is not enough. We must move onward and take action as allies, because I believe that's how this must be used. This power that guides us to ideals. To walk forward, firmly, fearing nothing.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Your pardon?
Yufa, and the mainlanders. What is it?
Brother, I must speak with you. Until now, I have understood nothing. But it is not merely the teachings I failed to grasp. I did not understand Mother and Father's wishes, nor indeed their own. As the priestess, I am duty-bound to protect our village. And I would do so not with a weapon, but with understanding. Brother, please permit me to travel alongside these people.
Your own journey. I never thought I'd see the day you'd ask to leave.
We'll look after her.
We can look after her.
My own journey's end freed me from our customs. Perhaps, had I sought comrades and friends of my own to walk with, I would have found purpose.
Oh, I wish we could take him too.
So be it. Go and see this world with your own eyes. As a parting gift, Yufa, I entrust this to you.
What is it?
A summoner's staff.
Mother's Kakara. With this staff in hand, she would travel the lands beyond our shore, seeking to spread our teachings.
I did not know she'd left anything behind. I gladly accept.
Aww.
I must ask, Yufa, what do you plan to call yourself, once off the island?
What do you mean? I am the priestess of Verga Island. Should I be called anything else?
Indeed. To outsiders, we are only the islanders. We have hardly named the land, much less our humble village. We once saw no need for a name. We had rejected the world outside for so long, we knew but two lands. Those within our borders, and those without. Now that the truth of our traditions has been restored, we may celebrate them. And in that spirit, I would like to name our village.
Okay.
Our home will have a name.
By your efforts, there is no longer any doubt. The dragon god Et is our village's guardian deity. Thus, it seems only right to call it the home of the dragon god Et. Etria.
I like it.
One day, after years untold, I hope Etria will be a bustling town. People from far and wide will meet here. It will be worthy of its name. At least, that is my fantasy.
I think I found a world I want to be a part of. To that end, everyone, I look forward to our journeys together.
So, you're off to Altaberry. You'll have to watch for the tide, but you should arrive with plenty of time. If you have time yet to relax, our island home is humble, but I hope it is to your liking.
We have some time. After defeating the human and saving Yufa alongside Virga Island, I gained their support. Excuse me. We're blazing a path to defeating Luis and saving the prince, one step at a time.
Well then.
Okay. We are going to go crazy with our followers. Oh, let's turn this in.
Not finished yet?
Have you brought me a polar stone by any chance? Took some effort.
Isn't that
Oh,
wonderful?
you found at least one of my stones. Now I can make a doll for my grandchild. You've saved me. No, you've saved my grandchild's life. The rumors were true then. You really do have a good heart. Take a little extra with my thanks. Wait, how many of the stones did we find? Well, I don't know. We delivered the polar stones. I'm assuming we got at least 2. Yeah! All 3 of the stones are safely... Oh, okay, cool. All 3 of the stones are safely back in my grasp. Words cannot express my gratitude, my boy, but hopefully this reward can. Sumptuous Magla feast. Divine elixir. Here, from me, my son, and his wife. We all want you to have this. Wait, I thought the whole reason you had us gather these was because you couldn't tell your family you dropped them. Yes, at first I intended to hide my mistakes, but after I sent you off, I gave it some more thought. The stones are guiding tools for us fisherfolk that we might find the right path. Could I really pass them to my grandchild under such deception?
I feel fine.
Oh, they were shocked to be sure, but in the end, all of them, even my grandchild, simply laughed and forgave me. And when I told them about you, they were all moved that you would go so far for a complete stranger.
Thank you, dearie.
It isn't much, but we'll all be supporting your bid for that throne of yours. It seems like we ended up getting a lot out of this, huh, William? Alright. Alright, so let me go into here. Alright, we have mastered some shit. So, we need to get her to rank 8 before we can go any further down the mage line. And we need Magic Seeker rank 20 and more, rank 7. Let's keep leveling up Magic Seeker if we can. Okay. Hulkenberg. She has mastered Wizard as well, so we can go. We need to rank her up, and then we can get one of these. So let's rank her up. All right. Heismay. He's learned an assassin, and we're just gonna keep on doing that. And he's gonna need sniper. Okay. She is currently masked dancer. She's got to switch over to faker now. And our new friend here, summoner.
It's all right.
New quest? Don't worry, the tides will change. We'll arrive in Altaberry all the same.
Well...
There's something I'd like to ask of you. You see, I'm not quite accustomed to life outside the island yet. So to avoid any blunders from our forthcoming travels, I'd like to learn about the world ahead of time. And so, I was wondering if you could tell me more about other towns. Even just a bit would suffice. Sure.
I'm quite grateful.
Thank you very much. Let us talk as we stroll the beach. I talked to Yufa about the busiest, most bustling street in Grand Trad, San Lumeo Street.
Wow. It's nothing like Etria. Incredible.
Sorry.
Oh, wait. Do people in Grand Trad have big families?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
If it's called Sunlumio Street, then all its residents are of the Sunlumio, are they not? On the island, places are named after the people who live there, so...
That's not really how it works.
Oh, maybe that's not how it works there? I'm sorry, I must come across so strangely.
Yufa?
Brother, I'm learning about the outside world from him. If I remain naive about it, I will only be a burden.
Does living beyond our borders make you anxious, Yufa?
A little. But I shouldn't be, no? This was my own decision.
Well, it's natural to feel nervous.
It's natural to feel anxious about new things.
Precisely, yes. The first time I left the island, I was so nervous my knees shook.
Really? Is that true, brother?
No one steps out into the unknown without some trepidation in their heart. That said, people only fear what they don't know, because they don't fully understand themselves. I believe this is your time, sister. You've heard of the trials of Malneva, have you not? It is an island where a peculiar monster lives, raised in stagnant magma. The monster reflects the anxiety of those who challenge it, and it provides those who overcome it with proof of their victory. I am one such victor, and I gained a great deal from it. I think you could stand to benefit as well, Yufa. You would count your new friends as reliable warriors, correct? Perhaps you might tempt them with the discarded treasures and armaments of our ancestors there. It will challenge you, to be sure, but you'll walk away better for it. Before you leave, consider testing your strength.
But... what if it proves too challenging?
Let's do our best together.
We'll do it together, Yufa.
The weather on the island is unpredictable at best. We won't know how dangerous it will be.
I would never send my precious sister off without regard for her safety. I have some idea of how to handle the weather. Won't you put your faith in your new friend and me? Your focus must be solely on the trial.
I understand. If this proof you speak of will give me the power to step boldly into my future, then I will want for nothing else.
That's the spirit. If you do decide to go, pay me a visit before heading out. I would see you all off safely.
This one's important.
The Trial of Malnova. I need to complete the trial in the deepest part of the land of ceremony for Yufa. The informant at Golden Deer Hearth on Virga Island should know more about the monsters there. Increase our wisdom.
Yes, that's the place. You know, I wouldn't mind visiting if we've the time.
Oh, yes.
We'll face
We
danger.
have the time. Thanks, bro.
Rather mysterious, isn't it? But knowing you'll be at my side, I admit, I do find my courage. A trial awaits. Please, lend me your strength.
Hey, hasn't that island been abandoned for quite some time? I hope the Magla isn't too strong. But you'd better be prepared for the worst, okay?
Okay.
All right, then. Let's head there right away.
I need some information. Land of Ceremony Trial.
I'm in on this.
It's a special place for us. Before they venture outside the islands, our youth go there to face the trial. It's not mandatory, of course. According to what I've heard, the trial itself tasks the subject with defeating the monster within. It is said to be a bizarre creature that doesn't resemble any living thing. I wonder if it is truly a monster. Rumor has it that it likes to summon its little friends. Its companions strengthen it. and then it hits you with a barrage of wind magic. Apparently it's weak to fire. Best use that to your advantage and end things quickly. Also, there's a bird-like monster called a Leogryph there. The closer you are to it, the worse its attacks get. If I were you, I'd attack from a distance and avoid using wind, since it won't be effective. We better make sure we're ready first. Think a visit to Academia is in order? Okay, so we want fire. Fire, basically. So we have 9 days.
All right then.
9 days. Hulkenberg and Strohl, Alonso and Barden. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go Hulkenberg for right now.
Well met.
We have the spear. As our sole means of dispatching Luis, 'tis a precious tool indeed. Now is the time for prudence. We strengthen our arm before the thrust. I've been thinking about my once compatriot, Rodanth. I still want to believe in him. I can't help but hope that in the heart of his ambition still lies a knight's conviction. I believe I know the way I might see the truth through a fair and honest duel. Oh no, do I have this? I feel like I can see through Rodanth's plot with my overflowing wisdom. Oh good, we have it. Yes.
Perhaps.
You think him capable of such dishonor? But surely... No, you're right. I shouldn't discount it. Perhaps he would resort to underhanded means.
No.
I suppose I simply didn't want to consider it. 'Tis a hard prospect to face, that he would change so drastically. But indeed, it is as you say. I have a higher cause to fight for. I cannot afford to risk my life on a more petty pursuit. You know, I've actually just been asked a favor by an old acquaintance. I should reach out to him. I should like to go to him now. If my witness has no objections, let's go.
I thank you.
Heartening indeed. Let us hurry to the gallows in Grand Trad. I've heard word that Rodanth is preparing for another execution. Before I arrive, I must meet on a certain organization. You go on. Let us meet at the gallows. I hear the animated voices of those gathered at the gallows.
Listen!
Good citizens, once again it appears some traitors have wormed their way into our midst.
Heed my words!
But fear not. In the name of the Honorable Order of Knights, we shall render judgment upon these 8 pawns of evil who would disturb our peace. 8 of them? Gosh, that's a lot of people. Rodanth, halt!
Whoops.
What now? Have you come to aid in this execution? No chance.
No.
The opposite, in fact.
Yes.
I have come here today to set you straight. The Honorable Order, was it? I say that you are a stranger to honor and have been for years. Well, isn't this a sight? That a defecting vagrant would bluster so as the Knight Commander himself.
No.
Nay, we two were once royal knights both, birds of a feather. And so, Rodanth, I challenge you to a duel.
As a knight.
And should I win, I will halt this capricious execution. I stake my very life upon it. I love her. I love her so much. A duel, eh? You would gamble your life for this? You would be no match for me besides. Do you mean to run away from my challenge, O Commander of the Honorable Order? Yeah! Death to traitors! Glory to the Knight Commander!
Do you see sense?
The people would have your answer. A duel is a sacred battle. As a knight, will you disregard it? Very well. Consider your foolish offer accepted. If you wish so badly to be reminded of the gulf between us, then I shall oblige you. William is my witness. Where is yours?
Oi!
Nacitum! Sir, You will be my witness. I trust I need not explain.
Well then.
We go to more discreet grounds. This will be a fierce battle indeed, and I do not wish to set the people ill at ease. I shall meet you before the great gate.
Let's move.
William, to me. Shit. We've come to the great gate outside the capital as instructed.
Here?
You chose a place far indeed from any audience. Had you more confidence, we could have settled this for all to see. Remember, Hulkenberg, I need you alive. You're not allowed to die. No dying out there, Hulkenberg.
Now then.
Witnesses present and ready? Now then, let us fight with all honor and fairness. Draw your sword, Rodanthe. Ho, ho. That will be quite unnecessary. Nacitum? Oh! What? I can't move! Ugh!
Absurd.
Fool. You and the whelp have made quite the names for yourselves. You think I'd do the deed right there with the whole town watching? Nacitum here was kind enough to bring a specialist igniter once outlawed. I thought killing you might take some extra measures. Hurts, doesn't it? Like 100 blades in one, slicing through every part of you. End her pain, Nacitum. Stop!
It was you.
Wait, stop! I told you, William, do not interfere!
You cur.
Wait against despair. I would endure this pain 1,000-fold. What? How?
Rodanthe.
I wanted to believe you would accept my challenge in earnest, but now, more than anything, I see I was a fool to have faith in you. Oh god, she's so amazing! Her strike brought him to his knees!
Rodanthe.
Your skills have dulled, Rodanthe. And that Nacitum fellow appears to have absconded. Victory is ours then. As wagered, your face of an execution shall be stayed. How can this be? An heiress of nepotism, propped up by nothing more than her lineage, has no right to take what I've earned by ability alone.
Stop.
I took nothing from you. It was you alone who soiled, then abandoned your knightly path.
Speak no more.
Stay your tongue. I am nothing like you. You threw your title away, but I have a duty to maintain absolute order in this city while the throne remains unoccupied.
Heed my words.
Do you think it easy to keep the citizens in line? Do you think it a simple matter? Our snares must succeed for us to eliminate resistance.
No.
A knight follows an oath of allegiance, not power alone. 'Tis not a convenience of title, nor a mean to bury one's own fears of inferiority. I had hoped you and I might have had one last fair duel as peers. But the time for sentiment has passed. Our paths diverged long ago.
Hail!
Enough of this. Take away this fiend who mistook and abused the crown's power for his own.
All right.
About time we got to step in. Take him away. Aye, sir. Who are these guys? Who dams?
My word.
Never thought you'd settle this in a duel. Not really a bloke to fight fair, is he? Who are you? Who are you, anyway? Ah, Lady Hulkenberg didn't say. We're Knights of the Shadow Guard. Oh, the Shadow Guard! Like Heismay. Rodanthe's been relieved of his duties as Knight Commander. As such, we're taking him into custody.
This time?
Anyhow, you've really helped us out. We'd be waiting for a chance to catch Rodanthe red-handed, overstepping his bounds. I did mention, yes, I had to call upon a certain organization before we set forth. I'd been asked to help expose Rodanthe's wrongdoings. Having departed the knighthood, I was also free of certain limits imposed by the title. Still, you seemed pretty reluctant, Lady Hulkenberg. Kept saying you'd convince Rodanthe to step down of his own volition. I wanted to believe that within him, a knightly pride yet survived. And now, 'Tis an outcome most unfortunate. You brought him to justice.
No.
But you were able to stop him.
True.
You're right, and I'd not have won without you, so thank you for seeing this through.
Yes.
We've already investigated his home, and it had all the evidence we need. Seems he was executing certain people who'd gotten on the wrong side of the nobles. And those 8 were to be hanged today, they were acquitted of all wrongdoing. It's not the Shadow Guard's true purpose to be sure, but hard to overlook something like this. We thank you for your efforts in resolving this matter, Dame Knight. Yay!
A true knight.
He addressed me as a knight to a fellow knight. I cannot say if I've lived up to such a title. Yes, you have. Of course you have. You kept your faith.
Yeah.
You held fast to your ideals. I had you supporting me. You kept me from losing faith.
I thank you.
Oh, and there's still like 2 more ranks to go after this, I think, or 1. Thank you. Since I parted ways with Rodanth, I thought I was no longer worthy of the company of friends. But the more I floundered on my own, the more distant any escape seemed, and I lost sight of the path ahead.
My thanks.
But now I've overcome the woman I once was, thanks to you, William. I can feel Hulkenberg's deep determination and trust in me.
She. Now.
Yay.
A new path.
Yay! Let's go, girl! Rank 7.
Yes.
There's only 1 more left.
Your knight.
She can now study Paladin and Dark Knight. Oh, yes! Which one do you guys want to do first?
Now then.
Let us return to the team. I am tired indeed. We have done all we can here. The only thing left to do is wait. The pursuits of the Shadow Guard are classified, of course. I am sorry to ask, but could you keep from mentioning these matters to our friends? I feel as though I've gotten more support from the knighthood thanks to Hulkenberg's increased trust in me. Back to the tavern. Brigitte comes to mind. We can also rank up Heisme and Juna. Alright, let's take a look here. Heisme. Where are we at here? Increase skill to 3. While in reserve, Heisme will gain experience at a normal rate. I want 1 more person to be at this. So that would be really nice to be able to switch people out more without having to worry about them losing out on experience. Okay. Heisme it is! Oh god, ready to cry? Heisme. Oh. Yeah, let's do this and then we'll take a break. Okay, we'll do Heisme, then we'll take a break. Now it remains to carry out our plan in Altabury. The question is, where does the spear fit into our schemes? My apologies, but I must ask a favor of you, specifically concerning my son's urn. I'd like to search the village. If you're otherwise unengaged, might we head there? Let's go!
I'm in your debt.
I shall lead us there then. Hey, Bob. You're still not. You're in the hospital, Bob. I hope you get out soon, Bob. Good to see you, though. On guard for monsters, we made our way cautiously by carriage to the forest near Heisme's village. By Tadari's account, the remains weren't anywhere in the village. He searched homes, streets, even crawl spaces, but found no sign of it. Yet it was surely the work of a villager. No doubt they hid the urn somewhere it would not be found. they'd not have had much time, scant moments to hide it, to avoid arousing suspicions. Which means our culprit must have buried it, taken out of the village, swallowed it. I'm gonna say they took it outside of the village.
Sure.
Maybe they rushed it out of the village?
True.
Agreed. If there's no sign of it within the village's bounds, then that would be the logical next step. Suppose it went like this. A villager disagrees with Tadari, but isn't confident in speaking out directly, and then suddenly, they find themselves alone with the urn. They then seize the bones and hurry outside the village, an act of impulse.
Then...
If true, we're sure to find some traces on the road leading to the village. Let's keep an eye out as we move along. But that's such a messed up thing to do.
There.
There it is. Oh. They didn't hide it very well, did they? Thank goodness. Oh, that little hole. And the bones are safe, are inside, and the bones inside are safe too. Just as you deduced.
Right.
Excellent detective work, Heisme. Whatever it takes to hold... Stop. Stop. Whatever it takes to hold my son in my arms once again. 'Twas placed haphazard in the shadow of a tree, easily found. It suggests to me the culprit did not truly wish it to be lost to me forever. I can only think that as long as I give up on laying my son to rest here, that will satisfy them.
However...
But, is that truly how this should end? Is something still bothering you?
What?
Is there something still bothering you?
That's...
It's the villagers. If they didn't want my son buried there, I would rather have been told. Had we talked openly, perhaps we could have found a spot of mutual satisfaction. But they staked no claim, hid themselves outright, and played at accepting me, demonstrating cowardice to one they deemed an outsider. 'Tis a tendency that runs deep, yes, but the village's isolation has magnified it dramatically. With such a shadow cast, their trade and relations may never recover. There are children in that village too. Ought we really turn our backs on a village such as this? One that grows poorer and more isolated by the day? Let's talk to them. Should we try talking to the villagers about it? You're right. The adults of the village need to address this, for the children's sake, if nothing else. I'd like to speak with Tadari and the others once again.
For our future.
My time with you all has changed me for the better. Now the time has come to pass that favor on to the villagers. I can sense Heisme's kind-hearted determination and deep trust in me. Let's go. Rank 6, there's only 2 left.
I found a way to change. Surely they too.
Okay. Alright, we can bench him now. We need to. Could I ask you to indulge my selfishness just a bit longer?
My thanks.
Thank you. Let's head back for today and return when we're ready.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
There's a letter and package from
Look at this.
Barden. Thank you, Barden. You're the best. Bestest bro, Barden.
Speaking of which...
Since we've got some time before the fake lance is ready, I let Basilio and Fidelio know that we're going to settle in here for a little bit. And I can't imagine they responded to that with a chummy nod and a little smile. Hardly, so I made something up on how the tide was too unstable to sail on. I mean, what's one more little lie on top of the heap? They bought it, I think.
Most helpful.
Is that so? Well, that works out in our favor. Now we must simply carry on as we normally do, doing all our usual activities, so as not to arouse their suspicions. I think we can do that. We can definitely do that. And I also don't really want to end his story because then it'll be done. You know? I don't want it to end. I don't want it to end. Not yet. Okay.
Hey.
We've got the lance. Now all we need is the tide. I ought to stay busy so I don't overthink this. After all that's happened, I find myself thinking of my parents. I wonder what they would say if they could see me now. I only wish I could tell them of all that's transpired.
Thanks a bunch.
Let's go right now. Truly, thank you. You've been such a great help. Can you point the gauntlet runner toward my village again? Oh gosh, am I ready for this?
You know, I'm truly blessed with good fortune.
Oh, thank God I don't have to voice act it.
I was born into nobility, lived a carefree childhood, and I even survived a human attack. But more than all of that, I've met people I can trust. I'm further blessed in friendship. Sometimes it frightens me. I question whether or not I deserve to have all this.
You do.
Of course you do.
Hearing you say it helps me believe it. After all, I was only able to help the people here because of my parents' wealth. The inheritance just happened to be in the royal capital, and the people of Harlia were coincidentally in the same place.
Well, all's well that ends well.
Maybe you should be glad things turned out so well.
I suppose you're right. I don't regret using the full inheritance as I did for a moment. Given a second chance, I would do the exact same thing. But I think I defied my parents in some way. That's my only regret in all this.
They'd have done the same.
I'm sure they'd have done the same.
I just don't know.
Strohl.
Even during the attack, my parents shielded me from the fighting. They told me to get to Grand Trad with all haste. Grand Trad. Rangif said my parents told him the same. They wanted everyone to flee to the capital. And then the merchant in the capital was the one keeping the inheritance. Is this all really coincidence?
It was probably intentional.
It was probably intended to happen this way.
If that's true, though, do you think my parents might have intended the inheritance to be... Oh. The family treasure my father mentioned in the letter. He wasn't talking about the inheritance. He meant the people.
Oh?
A nobleman is the shield in his people's hands. Durable enough to protect them, but light enough to carry. Else what value does he have? I continue to find ways I never understood my parents.
Surely they believed in you.
They put their faith in you.
In me.
I got 4 little triangles. Never seen that before.
They had faith in me.
Well. Refresh! Refresh! Good old computer crash. Gotta love it. Good shit. Right during this very emotional scene. Very bad. Are we back? Are we are people here? Can you guys see? Okay. I didn't even hear the too emotional. The stream couldn't handle it. I know. I didn't hear the dialogue here, so I'm gonna replay it.
I'd always thought I'd been a worthless son to them.
Never. You've honored them.
You've done your parents the greatest of honors.
Oh.
Have I?
His heart is so full.
Father. Mother. Leave the people of Halia in my hands. No. Leave the fate of this country to me.
Strohl. Oh.
Someday.
That's so sweet.
Someday I will restore our home. Everyone will come back to live in peace. And I won't let anyone take it from us ever again.
That's right.
But this isn't about my family. This tragedy must never be allowed to be repeated anywhere. On my pride as a noble, I swear it.
I can sense Strohl's unrivaled trust in his determination to change the future.
The proud noble Strohl, keeper and heritor of the warrior's virtues.
Our first rank 8, our first max rank, and it's Strohl. I'm happy. He's been with us since the start.
By the grace of his newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
Oh,
I'm going
let's
to change
go.
the future with you.
Yes. Increase skill inheritance slots of the warrior lineage to 4. When Strohl attacks human type monster, critical rate greatly increases, and Strohl is ready to acquire a new heroic embodiment. Whatever that means.
Thank you, my friend. Hope is only a step behind a clear conscience. My parents' mantra has never been more clear to me. You keep moving forward. Do what you know to be just. And I will be just a step behind, no matter what. Look back, and you will find hope. Don't forget that.
Oh. With a vision of Halia restored clear in my mind, I spent a moment enjoying the wind on my face, then returned to the others. Thanks to Strohl's strong faith in me, I now have the full support of the people of Halia. Rank 10! Juna. Okay, so... Hello?
Right now.
What happened? Where's my new embodiment? Hmm? Is that not till later? Like, what does it mean? I don't see anything new. I guess I'll just have to ponder and wonder. I guess so. Dang it! Okay. Paladin possesses skills to auto counter physical attacks as well as healing skills, making it a versatile party shield. Or Dark Knight. While focusing on offense, it can defend in unique ways by counterattacking magic and counteracting ailments. Well, I've been working so hard to get her wizard rank 10. Well, I maxed it out. I'm gonna go with Dark Knight because I've earned it.
Fascinating. this right here. All right?
Yes.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Yes. Yes. Look at that. Look at that shit.
See. I've acquired a new power. To greater heights.
We could get her to at least to rank 4. Magic counter has a 15% chance of repelling fire, ice, electric, wind, light, and dark damage.
A new means of protection.
Mad Rush deals heavy physical pierce damage to one enemy. Automatically increases wielder's attack, defense, hit, and evasion at the start of battle. That would be rank 8. I have 26 of these, so there we go.
Greater heights.
Cool.
Right. I could get used to this.
I'm getting Strohl to rank 10 general. So he can start learning samurai. Giant slice, thunder blade.
Fascinating. This right here. All right?
Attack lore.
I'm counting on you.
Of course.
Yeah.
The samurai.
A new power to wield.
A new power to wield. So, medium physical slice damage to one enemy. Deals heavy physical electric damage to all enemies. Well, he doesn't his magic is so weak. I don't really know if that's gonna really be useful. But I mean, good if they have a resistance or if they're weak to it. Automatically increases wielder's attack at the start of battle. Concentrate at rank 10 will be increases caster's attack by 3 for 3 turns. Oh shit. That is, I like that. Unwavering blade increases caster's hit and evasion by 3 for 3 turns. Regenerate recovers significant HP every turn. It's a passive. Oh, passive halves damage but renders caster unable to dodge. Sturdy stance. Oh, interesting. Halves damage. Wow. Okay. Okay. Very good. Very good. And welcome in, Dragon Pup. And welcome in, Daryl. Okay, so we're just gonna keep on. Let's see, we have 8 days. If we want to do, okay, I think maybe, well, we got to do the dungeon before we leave. I think we want to do the dungeon. So,
all right then.
Juna or Brigida? Ooh, Brigida. Let's get Juna. Let's do the MP regeneration after battles. Let's talk.
Hey.
I wonder when the fake lance will be ready. Waiting is the one thing I'm not good at, huh? Oh yes, I need to shop. And I say you should accompany me. Oh, escort of mine. Evening is the perfect time. There won't be as much fuss if I get spotted. Breaks are few and far between, so we should take them as they come, you and me both. Let's go.
Thanks.
I'd like to go to Briarhaven. Mind if we take the runner?
Nice!
Ah, the air of a coastal town is simply divine. And so is the shopping for that matter. What are you buying? What are you buying? What are you selling? What could you need that we don't already have? Oh, would you like the whole list? Clothes and perfume to start. A lady has expenses. The runner is sorely lacking in amenities, and if I'm frank, it stinks of sweat.
Then.
So, shall we, oh Captain? Seeing as you're tagging along, I shall require both escort and porter duties of you.
Wow!
Miss, aren't you the real Lady Juna? Would you sing a song for me?
Yep.
Of course, just for you.
Let us greet the rising dawn, hand in hand. Da-da-da-da, da-na-na. Thank you!
I love your songs! You're so pretty, Juna. I hope I can do it as well as you someday. Why, thank you. I'll be rooting for you. What? Why the face? I can be plenty nice, you know. That little girl was Nydia, just like me. Was that really about singing?
Sure.
Were you two really talking about singing?
Hold on.
Well, I suppose there's no harm in telling you. We Nydia have some secret stuff going on. What? Secret stuff? People have no shortage of opinions about the Nydia. We're friendly liars, voracious cowards, streetwise swindlers. They say we conceal our true ugly faces behind beautiful transformative masks. Almost makes you want to burst out laughing, doesn't it? Living on the fringe is hardly a life at all. So we work hard to fit in. We train at it. That's the Nydia's secret. I'm sure that girl's life is no picnic, but I saw her eyes sparkle as she listened to me sing. If for even a fleeting moment, I can lift the heart of a child putting her best foot forward, then I'll gladly sing mine out.
Oi!
You saw the songstress? Where? Let's go find her. Uh-oh, I think that's my cue to exit stage left. Let's be on our way. Really hard to miss her with that hair. The rumors were true. How fortune smiles. Think we're safe here. I only got through that without getting noticed thanks to you. I am so glad you were there, truly.
Greetings.
I do apologize, but are you perhaps Lady Juna? My name is Capra. I'm a merchant of textiles in the city. Might I have a moment of your time? The Capra Demon!
And then?
You see, we owe our prosperity to our laborers, and as such, we thank them with a festival in their honor once a year. I have the fortune of being in charge of this year's festivities, and I would very much like to make it to a grand celebration. And you'd like me to sing, I take it? Yes, just so. Although our coffers are not so deep as the church, we would pay you.
Yep.
Oh, let's not quibble. I'll do it.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I should have run that by you, but I'd like to take him up on the offer. It should be fine as long as I don't delay us, won't it? I want to hear you sing too.
Right.
I'm anxious to hear you sing myself.
Thank you.
I think it's wonderful that this festival is dedicated to the working class. I'll pour everything I have into making it a memorable performance. And as for you, I'll make sure you have a front row seat as my reliable escort, porter, and captain should. I can sense Juna's pride as a songstress and her deep trust in me. Give me that. Give me that rank 2. Give me that triumphant hymn after battle. All party members recover a little MP. Wait, does that works whether or not she's in my party, right? Must be an anime reference? No, the Capra Demon is a boss. A really annoying boss in the first Dark Souls game. Oh, but I'm afraid that has quite extended my shopping list. Let no expense be spared for the festival. Oh boy. Only in squad battles it does it. Oh, gosh. Okay, that makes sense. I accompanied Juna as she shopped for a bit, and then we returned to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.